And the Infinite Holy Spirit says that God is on call. God is on call. He is on standby, waiting for your prayer. And the Divine Most High gave His word. Psalms chapter 139, verse 7 through 9. Whither shall I go from thy spirit? Or whither shall I flee from thy presence? If I ascend up into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 8. And the Lord He it is that doth go before thee. He will be with thee. He will not fail thee, neither forsake thee. Fear not, neither be dismayed. The Infinite Holy Spirit says that not only is God an on-time God, but He's an on-call God, right? The Lord is on call 24/7, waiting to hear from you, waiting to hear your prayer. The Most High God tells us that we are to pray without ceasing, right? We are to pray without ceasing. We should be praying constantly throughout our day, right? Whether it be to pray over something or to pray about something, we should be having many prayers in the term of 24 hours, right? We should be having some micro prayers and some macro prayers, some long ones and some short ones, right? We are to pray without ceasing. The Holy Spirit wants you to know that there is no specific hour to pray to God. There is no specific hour. You don't have to wait on a specific hour to call on God. You don't have to stay up past your bedtime because you feel like you got to pray at midnight, right? You don't have to set your alarm clock so that you got to be up at 3 a.m. to pray. There's no specific hour. The Holy Spirit wants you to know that the time of day is of no importance. The time of day is of no importance, but the tone of your spirit is what bears weight. What is the tone of voice in your spirit? What tone does your spirit have? Is it one that lacks faith? Is it one that has unattentive prayer and lackadaisical praising? Or are you a passionate prayer, one whose faith is fortified and gives fervent praise? It is not when you pray, but how you pray that matters. Psalms chapter 121 verse 4 tells us that God never sleeps. He never sleeps. He keeps us, right? He keeps Israel, and He does not slumber or sleep. He doesn't never sleep. He don't take no breaks. He don't take no coffee break, no potty break, no breaks, no naps. He don't fall asleep on us, right? He is always with us. He is always there. He is on call 24/7, right? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, according to man's time, right? Because God is not on our time. God is not on man's time. So trying to apply a schedule according to man's time is useless. It is preposterous in reality because He's not on our time. The Holy Spirit wants me to warn you or warn someone that you need to be cautious. You need to be cautious when considering trying to apply some sort of schedule when it comes to praying to God. The Holy Spirit says that if the Lord has put it on your heart to pray, if you are feeling led to pray in a moment, then don't stop to look at your watch. Don't stop to look at your watch. You don't have to make a plan to pray, right? The Holy Spirit wants me to remind you that even if you are led to pray or feel you need to pray and you're in a situation where you feel like you can't speak that prayer or say that prayer, all you have to do is think it. You can pray in thinking, right? Because God tells us, as a man thinketh, so shall he be. So if you are thinking, your prayer isn't thinking, then you are praying, right? Because you're thinking it. The Holy Spirit says, if you are led to pray, or if the thought of prayer comes into your mind and your heart, then that's what you should be doing immediately. Do not wait for a certain hour. Do not wait for your alarm clock go off to remind you and say, hey, it's sunrise or it's sunset, because none of that matters. None of that matters. He is always there. He is always waiting. He is an on-call God. Okay, so I pray that you seek the counsel of the divine Most High, that the words spoken in your life may be signs and wonders for your confirmation, Selah.